Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Yeah, I'm wearing the same pants I've worn in the last like 3 videos, but these are my favorite pants, so leave me alone. No, I'm just kidding, man. But I want to make one last video, man. I just want to make one last video about all the stuff that's going on right now, about the coronavirus and about the politics and all that stuff. And then I want to get back to just some more like God stuff, man. I want to get into more just biblical type of stuff, and I want to try to get more rooted in the faith, man, because that is where we're gonna find our peace, man. That's where we're gonna find our answers, and that's where we're gonna find our hope in these crazy times, man. Because even though this corona stuff is gonna come and go, this is still only the beginning, man. It's gonna get much worse in the future. Like it's gonna get good for a while. Maybe it may go back to normal for a while, but ultimately, man, it's going to continue. Next time it's going to be something else, and be something else, and be something else, and every single time it's going to lead us closer to that point where all these conspiracy theorists have been talking about for all these years, man, and all these Bible freaks. But what I really wanted to say, man, is at this point I think it's obvious, man. It's obvious to the majority of the population and a lot of experts and doctors and stuff like that this thing is it's a hoax, man, and not the virus itself. The virus itself is very real, and it has a pretty severe effect on some people, man. But this hysteria that they're creating and pushing out through all the news forums and social media and all this stuff, man, it's nothing short of propaganda. It's a lie. Now, report after report after report has been coming out recently of doctors and stuff saying that, you know, not only have they been told to lie about the deaths on their death certificates, but doctors are literally saying like, man, it's so safe to go back. It's so safe, like, to go back to our normal lives, and there's no need to continue doing all this crazy stuff. Like, maybe for the first couple of months, man, or maybe for the first like month or so until we got like a good grasp of what was going on. But once we had it figured out, there was no need, man. It's not as severe as people are making it out to be. Of course people are dying, man. Of course that it could be fatal, but at the same time, many experts are saying that it did not call for all this crazy stuff, man. And it's like, I can't help but agree, man. I don't see this crazy epidemic happening. I don't see it in the real world. I only see it through the news, man. I only see it through the media. When I go to work, when I go to the store, when I go to the gas station, besides people wearing the masks, I would have no idea this was even happening, man, if the businesses weren't shut down. I don't see people dropping dead everywhere, man. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's not a big deal. Just saying it's not as big of a deal as we're making it out to be. I mean, I think it's pretty clear, man, that there is an ulterior motive behind all this. And there's a reason why they're not allowing things to go back to normal. Despite many experts saying like, listen, this could happen like today. This should have been happening. But not only that, but instead they're continuing the crackdown, continuing the lockdown. And it's like, what's going on? And many people are even saying this could start leading to like a civil war, man, like this side versus this side, like open up, close down, like I don't think it's gonna go that far, but if they push it that far, man, I could see it really going that far. But the scary thing within all this, which actually I think I will make one last video about this stuff and talk about this, but I think we've all known it by now, but the whole Bill Gates thing, pushing the vaccines and saying that people aren't going to be able to return to the normal life and to work and to go into certain, you know, public places unless they have gotten this vaccine. And like, who is this guy? Who is this guy that he thinks he has the right to tell people that? He's a human being with a bunch of money. He has a bunch of paper. Who cares? We really are living in scary times, man. With YouTube censoring out alternative perspectives and alternative views on the coronavirus whole thing, man, it is scary because you're only getting your source of information from one source of information. So it can be very biased and very one-sided, man. Now, I 150% believe that this is something that they are taking advantage of in order to get Trump out of office, in order to get people like that out of office, because they are feeling threatened right now, man. They are feeling threatened because everything that they were hoping that they could build up, the control, the agendas, and all this stuff, with someone like Donald Trump, who doesn't feed to the establishment, that doesn't play into the games, who just thinks for himself and says what he wants to say, man. He is dangerous to the system that has been set up in America recently. This whole country recently has been set up to divide its people instead of bringing it together. We're living in scary times filled with conspiracy theories, facts and false conspiracy theories, man. There's a lot going on right now. But like I said at the beginning of the video, man, we really need to start focusing more on our faith and holding it down there, man, because the stuff in this world is going to come and it's going to go. It's going to rise and it's going to fall. It's going to grow and it's going to die. But the only thing that lives forever, the only thing that reigns forever and remains true regardless of what happens, is the truth of God, man. And that will truly set you free. And I know you hear people say that, but until you finally experience it, until you finally go through it, you'll never know that freedom, man. And God wants you to be free. And I know it may sound corny, you know, but God wants us to have a teachable heart. He wants us to be willing to learn. He calls us out. He chooses, but he only chooses based off up what he knows that we're willing to produce. If he knows that we're only going to believe what we want to hear, he's not going to bother. But when you're really on a search for truth, when you really want to know the truth, whether it makes you feel like at first and other people feel like at first or not, if you're willing to hear that truth, if you're willing to allow that truth to penetrate your soul, God will call you out upon those waters, man, and give you that peace that surpasses all understanding. The world will be panicking, but you will be zenning up, chilling, because you know who you are and whose you are. So with all these problems in the world, man, just know that there is a dark force. Just know that there is an evil force. There really is an evil force trying to destroy us, but there is a good force still. There is still a good force. We just gotta fight the good fight. This is more just like a little filler video, but thank you guys for watching. The next couple of videos are gonna be more just heavy hitters, and like I said, man, game on. Peace.